intellectual development, strange as it may seem, I think by far the most influential person has been a medieval theologian by the name of Thomas Aquinas. My own sort of learning to philosophize, not just to talk about philosophy, but to philosophize and to theologize, was, I won't say controlled, but it certainly was guided, more than anything else, by the metaphysical insights and so on Thomas Aquinas. Now, in certain areas of theology, particularly ecclesiology, but I think fundamentally that's the most important thing. And of course that would tie in then with the influence of what today are called the transcendental Thomists, people above all Karl Rahner, to some extent Edward Schielebeck's. But I think along with that, however, the amount of study that I had to do in Scripture has been a major developmental factor in how I come to do theology. And also a long-standing interest in the liturgy, which went back to when we used to have liturgical weeks and trying to rethink that whole thing. And doing a lot of study then, particularly influenced by Jungmann, with regard to the whole history of the development of Christian liturgy. Along with that, I think there's a subtle influence of just being here in the United States. And without being formally explicit about it, but just thinking scientifically that way, psychologically that way, historically that way, I think that's all sort of come together. And I think what has come out of that is probably my main way of doing theology now is to do it historically. That I really think that if you want to find kind of a pattern, we used to think there's this system, you've got Thomism, or you've got Scotism, or you've got all these different ways of doing it. I think the only kind of system, if you can call it that, that puts it together is simply the sequence of history. I think history itself is kind of the fundamental logic that has to govern our doing theology.